are back. Wow. So I got to tell you, you asked for it. You got it. We have no guests today. This show is all about the stuff. Yeah. We listen. I saw, the mail coming in and the comments on Facebook, and you want to see more stuff. So we got stuff. We got stuff to show you today. We're gonna do some hot sales of the week. We're gonna talk about who's buying that stuff. Why are they buying that stuff? We are gonna talk a little bit about pricing of that stuff. We have got some things that are just not selling. We're going to brainstorm those. We're going to figure out why and how to get those sold. And we are, of course, it would not be the Niche to Profit show if I didn't bring you some of the interesting stuff that's happening in your e-commerce world. Let me tell you, I've got some doozies for you today. So let's just jump in, shall we? And remember, we got the live chat. Hopefully you are watching this live and you are asking questions and making comments, because that way I can help you more know what you want to know. All right. So hot sales of the week. Yeah. Sizzling hot. Oh my gosh, he's cracking me up back there. All right. So the way you get your item into the hot sale of the week is to go over and make sure that you are a member of the Danny App Facebook group. And once you're over there, every Sunday, we run a thread called Score Sunday. And you get to post your hot sale of the week. And from those that get the most likes are the ones that we will feature on the show. So it's a little extra publicity for your show if you got a hot score. So make sure you go over there and post it. They like the graphic. Yay! I slaved over that graphic. I did. I stayed up till all hours of the night making these graphics for you guys. So just want you to know. All right. So our first hot sale of the week comes from Lily Traxler. And is Lily, are you with us in the chat? I don't see her. This is a Lucky Brand purse. And the item number, if you are following along on audio only, is 1116-9281-9028. Lily found this at a yard sale for a whopping $7.50. And I know some of you are going, I would have never paid that much for a purse at a yard sale. Because what do we want to pay? We want to pay $1 or $2, right? So $7.50 ends up that it is a pretty rare, hard to find, a hobo-style purse. Now, I got to tell you, I did do just a little bit of searching, and there's a couple different kinds of these. Some of them have rhinestones, but this hobo-style purse is doing really, really good. So you can see she turned her $7.50 purchase into $119.99. Ka-ching! And even that with shipping. So good news and bad news on this one. So number one, way to go. Awesome sale, awesome margin. But I want to tell you all this. Be very careful what you use for the first words in your title. Now, because this is a fairly hard to find item, she got away with this and it sold. But a lot of times if you use these words, this is the very thing that's going to keep your item from selling. And that is, and my appsters over here in the chat are probably going to say, oh, we already know. It's number one, starting with the word rare. And then number two, putting an exclamation point. Those two things right there could be a killer. So be very, very careful, because people generally are not putting the word rare in their search. And if they're looking for something that's rare, they're probably hoping that the seller doesn't know it's rare. So Want to be very careful with that. Also, punctuation. Punctuation kills a search engine. It's like a stop sign, and it's tough to get past that if nothing else is standing out in the title. Also, new with tags. You don't need that in your titles. Ever. New with tag, none of that stuff. That is in your item condition. That's an item specific. Without putting that in the title, if somebody puts in new with tag, your item is still going to come up if you've used the item specific. So what you really want to focus on is what is somebody putting in that search to find that item. And for this, let's just say this is one of the not so rare lucky purses. You'd want to put Lucky Brand Red Hobo Bag Purse or whatever it is that those people are putting in. So got away with it this time. Got an awesome sale out of it because it is a hard to find purse. But you want to be careful about that. So great job, Lily. All right. Oh, by the way, just a little aside on this, something I noted when I was kind of taking a look was that there are sellers who have this purse listed for under $50. I'm just saying, if this is your niche, you could do a little arbitrage. Go do a little searchy poo for that. All right. Terry DeGoat. Now, you guys know how I love to butcher names, so you are welcome to correct me if I have said your name wrong. So Terry has this Japanese tobacco pouch. It is item number 301651712413. I love this story. I love this. I tell you guys, do this. When you go to estate sales, go to the unobvious places to look for stuff. Look in the places that the other dealers are staying out of. The dingy, dark corners of the closet. And, if there's a basement, go to the basement nooks. Dig through the stuff that they thought was crap and they didn't put out there to sell. Because I will tell you, estate sale organizers, for the most part, are looking at their high dollar pieces. They are not looking at the little junk. That little junk can make you a whole lot of money, as this sale of the week will show you. So she says she got this in a dark closet with a bunch of other wallets. I love this. Guess what she paid? This is so beautiful. This is what eBay is all about, you guys. This is why I love eBay. You can't do this on Amazon. 50 cents. She got this for 50 cents. Yeah. And don't feel bad about that, you guys. I know a lot of people go, I feel guilty. I take it home and I find out it's worth a lot of money. No guilt, because everybody selling stuff has the same opportunity to do their research and their homework and figure out what it's worth. Okay. So 50 cents turned into $477.95. Now, I got to tell you, I don't think I would have known this was a Japanese tobacco pouch. And I would know that. And here, let me pull up this little close-up picture. This one right here. So here's what's called, and I'm probably saying this wrong, a netsuki. Well, however you say that. So number one, shh, don't tell anybody, but this is probably ivory or bone. Have to see the little grooves in it to know. Could be ivory, though. Just remember, don't ever say you have something that's ivory. Your item will get pulled down. It's a no-no on eBay. But this is probably the reason this piece sold for a substantial amount. You can tell this is aged. You can tell this is the real deal. I would be very curious how Terry knew. Number one, it was a tobacco pouch. Kind of looks like a wallet or a purse, which, if you look, they don't go for as much money. So Terry had to know her stuff to know that this was a good piece, which, when you know something and you can go in that niche, this is what's possible. $500 pretty much out of a 50-cent purchase. I just love that. Just imagine if you were doing 100 of those a month. Can you do that math? And it is possible. It is possible. All right. Oh, by the way, now I got this on my notes. I don't see it on the screen. So she priced it at $477.95. I take it back. She didn't get that full amount. Only got $350. Yeah, I'll still take that profit margin any day, any day. $300 profit on a single item. Gotta love it. All right. How about we have another nice, juicy sale of the week? Now, this was really interesting to me. So, Tracy Retz. Is Tracy in the chat? You guys, if you're in my chat there, kind of speak up so I see you in there so I can ask you some questions too. So, this is an Oaklawn trophy of sorts, I guess, from the Oaklawn Jockey Club. It's a bronze sculpture. Now, what's really significant about this piece, it is that it's by a sculptor named Barvo Walker. Can't talk today. And you guys have all seen this artist's stuff. If you have any kind of a city that does those nice little cultural, puts the sculptures up around town of like the little playing children, and they're usually people in like, life situations and things. Very, very notable artist for this kind of stuff. So that was the real key on this, is that Barvo Walker. And probably the reason that Tracy priced this where she did, because there was no other one out there anywhere. So $199.99. Now, she got this at an auction for $17. $17. Yeah. Because obviously nobody else did their homework on this artist either. So I got good news and I got bad news for Tracy. I almost hate to say this. So number one, can't go broke making a profit, and a good one at that. So awesome job, made a good profit. Congratulations. What I did find is another seller, and I'm just wondering and hoping that it's not the one that bought it from you, has the same thing listed for $350. And they very well could get it. So here's the lesson there. Whenever you find something that really no one else has out there and you think it's valuable and $199.99 sounds like a good price and you'd be happy with that, start it at auction. These are perfect auction items because one of two things is going to happen. Number one, either two people get in a fight over this and they bid it out and who knows what it goes to, or you get your opening bid of $199.99 and all is right with the world. I take that back. A third thing can happen. That's that you don't get a bid and you turn around and you put it on fixed price with best offer and it sells for $200. So either way, a win, a win, a win. So never be afraid to try these kind of things at auction with a big opening bid like that. Because if there's no other one out there like it, it could be a huge score. Huge score. Yes, yes. And we've got a couple more, but what we're going to do is take a quick little breaky poo.
Millions of online sellers are looking for one identity to use in thousands of platforms. E-Rated manages your reputation by importing unlimited social media, marketplace, and behavioral data. It reveals your cross-platform performance, compares it with competitors, and calculates your e-worth. And it gives you the tools you need to improve sales and find room to grow. Discover your e-worth and your own reputation.
ShareYourReputation.com. Be sure you guys go over there and get your free account. Did I mention it's free? It's fun, too. It's fun. Go over there and see what your e-worth is. Compare it to other people. I like it. All right. Couple more hot sales of the week. I've saved some really doozies for last. You guys are going to love these. Okay, so this one comes from Tammy Grant. It is item number 2814-3011-8133. Now, the story goes with this, and I love this about Tammy. She will take some risks. She went to an estate sale. She bought 3 of these, not all exactly the same. So she bought 3 of these elephant garden seat stools and bought them for $120 a piece, which seems like, oh, that's a lot of money to spend on a single item, right? Well, no, because, well, she priced this one at $699 and it's sold for a measly $525. Yeah. But what I want you guys to notice, she did free shipping on this fairly monstrous thing to ship. And I know a lot of you are so scared of doing that with your large, heavy items. And I'm going to tell you, if you do it, your profit on your pieces is going to be way more than if you break out the shipping. And she says the shipping on this was about $50. So that was $50 out of her $525 price. That's still about a $300 and some odd dollar profit. Yeah. And she absolutely knew what that was going to be ahead of time. You guys, you can know what these shipping costs are going to be. Figure the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario. What's really great is when it sells to a state right next door and the shipping is half of what you had figured in. Extra money. Extra money. Can't do that if you charge shipping. You don't get any extra money on that if you charge shipping because they're going to see what they're paying. So she sold another one of them. I think she said she sold it over on Ruby Lane. Tammy's in the chat. She can correct me if I'm wrong. And she still has one more for sale that's up at the price of $999. So we will be staying tuned to see what that one sells for, Tammy, because I know it'll sell. It'll sell. Yeah, they're popular. Popular. All right. Now, the best for last, because I bet you guys are passing these by. You are thinking they're junk. You're not picking them up and buying them because they don't look like anything special. Lizzie Clift. Lizzie found this Lisa Frank tin, item number 261916007401, at a thrift store for $1.49. And as you can see, she ran an auction. Now, what's really interesting about this is Lizzie started this auction at $39.95, so she must have done a little homework on these Lisa Frank tins. This one sold for $82. $82. With 10 bidders. 10 bids. So there's people fighting over these things. So what's really fun is that she had another one that she found at a yard sale and they just gave it to her. It's good. I'm telling you, people think these are junk and they're just giving them away. So yeah, that's a definitely, I hate to say be on the lookout for, but yeah, you got to be on the lookout for these old Lisa Frank tins. I think unicorns and rainbows are just very popular right now too. There's, lots of references to unicorns and rainbows out there. So people love this stuff. Love this stuff. Good girl, Wendy. If it's not in your niche, you're right. Stay away from it. Stay away from it. Not in your niche. Leave it alone. Yeah, I will tell you that Lizzie's niche is kids stuff and vintage collectible toys and that sort of thing. So she definitely had the right audience for this. Okay. How about we do a store of the week? Ta-da! And the way this works, folks, is I will run a thread over on a Facebook group and ask for a nominee. And you must be able to tell me why you are nominating this store. And what happens then is both the nominator and the nominatee both are going to get a Starbucks gift card from me. Yes, there it is. Pretty soon that's going to be a much prettier picture with the Niche to Profit Show logo on it. We're having little custom cards made. But our nominee this week is from Paula. It's not from Paula. It is Paula Turner's store, Paula's Loft. And this was nominated by Connie. Is Connie in the chat too? I want to make sure she knows this was picked. Now, what's funny about this is some of you are going, yeah, but I nominated one before this. But here's the thing. Nobody was responding to that thread. So I thought, I'm going to nominate one. So this is actually a double nomination for you, Paula, because I picked your store this week as well, because you have done such a phenomenal job with niching this store. And that is exactly what Connie said, that this store is totally niched, gorgeous items with beautiful pictures. And it's a store that she said she aspires to be like. But I will tell you, many sellers aspire to have a store of this caliber. And we'll just scroll down a little bit, and very common themed decor items, high end. See her prices. She's not afraid to ask for those prices, and she gets those prices. So Paula's got the big ka-ching going there with this store. So good job. Good job, Miss Paula. Okay. So now we've shown you all those great things that are selling, right? Now it's time to do a little bit of why won't this sell? Yeah. Ugh, we need a new graphic too. I got to fix that up a little bit. I know. I'm getting nagged on that one. Yeah, we're going to fix that up. Okay. First item came in on the why won't this sell thread. Also, this thread is over on the Danny App Facebook group. This is from Donna Weeway. Donna, did you make it to the chat today? I haven't seen you post in there. This is item number 1612-7423-4412. This is a Burke's Sterling Silver Art Deco Antique Dresser Vanity Brush 2 Mirrors Shoehorn. Okay. So, number one, got a lot of words going on in the title there. And I would probably take out some of those words and put set. Set's an important word. Number two, this is probably the number one reason. This picture, which is the first gallery picture, is not popping for me. It is not really pulling me to the feel of how beautiful this set is in person. So, I mean, I would do a little work, not so much arranging these in straight line like that. Get a little artistic with this one. Give the first gallery photo to be a bit of a tease. Make them click over. Because here's the thing. The more people that you get to click over, the more it keeps this item up in the forefront in best match for people that are looking for these things to find. So, number one, so I would probably, I'd turn the brush over. I'd, maybe kind of cross some of these together. I don't know, arrange it just a little bit more artistically than like just in a row organized. Get disorganized and pop the picture. And what I mean by that is do a little editing. I like Picasa for this, by the way. Picasa, free tool through Google, and you can hit an auto contrast button and it just wakes up the picture. I do that on almost every picture I put on there, and it takes the whites, makes them whiter in the background, and really just pops out the pieces and makes it. Because remember, that's what it's all about. Somebody's done a search, they get the results, and what are they deciding on to click? They're not deciding by title. What comes up is being decided by title because it's matching what they searched. But what's really causing people to click is the picture. I guarantee it. 99.9% of the time, it is all about that first picture. And especially on mobile. And we're going to talk about this in a minute of how this is becoming even more vital. See, I get excited about this stuff. Pictures. Your pictures are everything, guys. Everything. You can have a lousy description. You can have a fairly lousy title. You can even have some lousy terms in there. But if the picture sells your item, they're going to overlook that stuff. Okay. They may not be back to buy more, but a good picture can compensate for a lot of other things in a listing. So real quick, let's just look. I didn't even look this up. Burke's sterling silver. Let's go over here and just do a little eBay search. Burke's sterling silver. Notice I didn't put anything else in there yet. I want to see what comes up when I put Burke's sterling silver. High end. That's what I see right now. High end. So that's a little bit too much to sort through. So I'm going to say vanity as another word. Fill that in. And wait for the internet. Come on. Come on, baby. It's only an hour show. Here we go. Gotta love technology. Oh, there we go. Okay. So note, here's what we're going to do. Going to get results this way. We're going to search by highest first. Because I do not give a rip what somebody sold it for lowest. I want to see what the good buyers are paying. All right, so here we go. We've got this one. We don't know what they got for it. So here's a vanity set, $113. This was on auction format. Okay, so they got $113.50. See how their picture's a little bit more disheveled and shows all the pieces. Still not the greatest picture, but it was auctioned, so they got away with it. And, oh, here's just a brush set for $79.99. Aha, $75.24 on this little baby right here. All right, let's go back to yours. Oh, which one was it? Is it this one? No. Was it this one? Nope. Where'd it go? Oh, my goodness. Hey, there it is. All right. So now, bad news. What I could tell by those search results, this is probably a price issue too. So I'm thinking this needs to come down a little bit on the price. And I know I don't say that very often. But I'd probably bring this more into the $299.95 range, which is still high from the results I'm seeing, but it leaves you room for some offers and stuff. Now, if you've got a lot invested in this and you need to hold out, wait for silver to go up. Because I don't know if you've noticed, silver's down right now. So anybody who's got silver stuff for sale, you just might want to hold out if you can a little bit, because silver is really at a low right now. But it always cycles. It'll be back. And another tip on this. Downton Abbey is off air right now. But when it comes back, this is what gets people excited about these Art Deco vanity type things and the little crumb, the Butler crumb things and all those things that are related to Downton Abbey. People go nuts and they start wanting to collect. And next year is sadly the last season of Downton Abbey. So it's going to be big news. Yeah. I'm very sad about it. It's one of my favorite shows. So kind of keep an eye on the Downton Abbey chatter out there, because that's what's really going to bring this up. So picture first, though. Picture first. All right. This next one, I have to confess, I did not know what a Swedish coffee hotten was. I didn't. Swedish. Okay, cool. Yeah. This is from Jan Hester. This is item number 111660009. I don't have that number written on my sheet right. So wait, let me go find the real teeny tiny little baby number that eBay hides in here. So, look at, they don't even do that anymore. Holy smokes. Where do they hide the number? They don't. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess I can't give you the number because I messed it up. Oh, wait. It's up in my... Never mind. This is live. All right. 1116600095435. See, I left out a number on my sheet, and that wasn't going to work very well. I think Jan's in the chat with us. She was going to try to be in the chat with us. So hopefully she is. Okay. So if I got... Now, number one, I would pick up this item because it's cool looking. And it's got that, real kind of retro, mid-century-ish kind of vibe to it. So, yeah, I'd have picked it up if the price was right. So let's go do a quick search. What would I have called this? I don't know what I would call this. I probably would have called it a decanter. Now, I'm assuming it's got a mark that's Hedquist and Nelson. So if we go over and do a search for Hedquist and Nelson, and always go with what you know, guys. Always go with the fact that you know to start your search. And nothing. Okay. So this tells me this could be why this item is not selling. Let's go back to it. Uh-oh, which one was it? No, it's this one. Because see this little baby right here, this little amper, whatever you call that thing, or a tilde, or I don't know, whatever that thing is. That thing. The thing is messing up the search. So as you could see, when I searched for Hedquist and Nelson, didn't even bring this listing up. And I'm telling you, the Cassini search, which is what the eBay search, what do you call it? The software that they've developed that creates this algorithm for the search is wonky. It is wonky, and we got to play it. So right there could be, you change that one little thing in this little title, your item's going to come up. So remove the tilde. Very sad for Tilde, but she'll live. And I bet that is going to fix things. Now, let's just say we knew this was a Swedish coffee Houghton. Let's just do a little quick little thing. Coffee Houghton. All right, now we've got some. So, okay, well, this is a really good time to talk to you guys about this search, which was something I was going to talk to you about in a few minutes, but let's just do it now. I also notice my pictures aren't coming up. How special is that? Okay, notice I didn't actually get any results for the search that I made, which doesn't mean there aren't things that should be coming up. So more items related to, and you guys might have been seeing this lately, is this, you're getting a lot of more items related to, and you're seeing items that go, well, yeah, that's what I was searching for kind of thing. So here's a word. Now, Berggren. Now, somebody tell me that might be a brand versus the brand that hers is, or maybe it's a word that people associate. In any regard, look at that. Some of these sell really well. 84. It'd be better if I could see the pictures, right? But technology. So some of these do sell really high. So that's something to keep in mind. So I don't think the pricing is bad. Excuse me. Need a cough button. This one is going to be a matter of it just coming up in search. So here's what I'd do. I would change that title to Hedquist and Nelson Swedish Coffee Houghton, then with grill plate vintage. And the reason why is if there is a collector looking for the Hedquist and Nelson, and this is why I do this too, is because if somebody knows the brand Hedquist and Nelson, they're your hot buyer. They're the one who knows the value, okay? Somebody who just collects Swedish coffee Houghtons may not be willing to pay as much as somebody who fully understands the value of the Hedquist and Nelson. So if you've got a name of something, of a collectible, put it first. Put it first. All right. And I bet that gets it sold. And you know what? You know what I would do with this? I would increase that price to $89.99. Based on what I saw, I didn't see another Hedquist and Nelson. Yours is going to be the only one that comes up with that brand name. Bam. See what happens. And put best offer. Put best offer on it. Because I can guarantee you this. If you put it at $89.99, you are very, very likely to get a $49.99 offer. And guess what? Then you're going to get exactly what you wanted to get for it. But most likely more. Most likely more. So go ahead and give that a try. All right. I am not even keeping track of the time. Okay, we got time for more. We got time. Okay. Which one do I want to skip around here a little bit? I know. Click, 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 click. Okay, Barbara, because Barbara told me she was going to try to be in the chat today. So we'll go to Barbara's, which I think is this one right here. Dexter, Western, leather, stacked heel, urban brown, cowgirl boots, size 8, medium, vintage. Okay. And I bet you guys are going to start in right now and tell me the first thing that she should change with these boots before we even go and look if the price is right. All right. So somebody looking for boots is probably putting in what word? What word are they going to use? I mean, they may very well be cowgirl boots, but what is the generic word that people look automatically when they see boots like this? Cowboy! Cowboy boots! Ding, 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 ding. So that word's not even in there. Now, just knowing that little fact, I'm going to go over here and do a quick little search for Dexter cowboy boots. Even though we know they're girl boots, we're still going to search cowboy. And I want you guys to be paying attention to what this search filtering is doing to me. Even though I keep putting in highest first, we're going to talk about this in just a minute. Okay, so here we go. Dexter, ladies, women's, cowgirl, Western boots. Now, they sold for $19.59, but what you must note here is somebody paid $45 for shipping. So really, those boots sold for about $65. Come down here, 46 plus shipping, 58 bucks. But you notice people are calling them cowboy boots, okay? So they do sell, and let's go back over to, all right. So by the way, I like your picture. I'd go back to what I said about Donna's and using a little auto contrast and popping those boots on that white background. Maybe, I don't know what this is off to the side over here, but maybe get it totally on the white background even. But these are nice boots. It's cute. I think your price is good. I would do free shipping. You know me. I'd do the free shipping. Price them at $69.99 with free shipping because nobody else was offering them a free shipping. Did you notice that? People love free shipping. It's added value. And it says to them, you're valuable as a customer, and I'm not going to make you do math. Okay, that's what it says to me. Because I relate to sellers who know that I just hate math. So, raise the price. These are in great condition. Call them Dexter cowboy boots. And then you can add size 8. Size in clothing or shoe listing, that is something somebody's putting in that search. You want that much farther up in the title. So Dexter, cowboy boots, size 8, and then you can say some of the other things about them. But I'm betting you nobody is putting in the words stacked heel, urban, probably not, brown, that can go down in your item specifics. Yeah, you might say vintage. I don't know. How vintage are they? Are they like 80s? You maybe say vintage. That one's okay to leave in. But get rid of all that other stuff. Make it very clear to the right customer, and bam, these will sell. They'll sell. I'm telling you. All right. Good. I love it. We're going to do this. We're going to do this every week now, you guys. We're going to get this stuff sold. But here's the deal. You've got to let me know, number one, if you make the changes and then how long it takes to sell. So, and the reason for that is not just because I want to know that what I said worked, but really this is market data for you. And for everybody else watching is this stuff is really important to be paying attention to, because let me go back to this little issue with search. Okay. I wasn't going to do a rant this week. I wasn't, but I got to do a little one. But it's only a rant because it's an inconvenience to us as sellers. I think it's actually a good thing for us as sellers because the buyers are going to buy better. But it is going to make having to have those titles, really think like your customer. What are they putting into search to find that item you were listing? Leave out all the other extraneous words. Anything you can put into your item specifics, put it into your item specifics, because the search engine is still going to pull that stuff up. But what it's really looking for in order to give people that best match search is relevance. Number one, key ingredient of the best match algorithm is relevance to what the customer is putting into the search bar right up there. Dun, dun, dun. So if they're typing Dexter cowboy boots, this listing is going to be way down on the list. Even though these may be the absolute perfect boots for that customer, they're going to get that first page of results. They're going to scroll down maybe a little bit. This might be on page 2 or 3 if there's a lot of results, and you will not get the sale because you just won't get seen. Now, that being said, you can play this and you can take an advantage over every other seller out there who isn't paying attention to this and making those titles very relevant. Because what has happened now is we can no longer just keep the search filtering the same way we've done. So this is how I do my research when I'm looking at something. I'm over here. I've sorted by price, shipping, highest first. I'm always looking at highest first. But the minute now that I go to do another search, so let me just put in, Murano glass vase so you can see this in action. Not Muranog. It's not a Muranog. Yeah, that is not going to come back with no results. All right. Oh, jeez. What is wrong with my fingers today? Get out of there. All right. There we go. It's all right. Okay. Notice what it just flipped. Now I'm actually in solds. So in solds, it's going to revert back to recent. Okay, but that's not the most important thing for your buyers. Let me go over to active listings. This is what's happening with this little baby. It is going back to best match every single change to the search. Every single change to the search. It is going to best match. Now, a little something else. Let's see who spots it. What else did it do? Oh, it actually went to a specific category. You guys see that? I didn't put in Italian. I didn't select Italian. I went from cowboy boots over to Murano glass. eBay did this. eBay did this for the search because they feel that what the customer is going to find over in this category is the most relevant to what they're looking for. I'm just saying. So you got to be super duper careful with your keywords in your title and what category you're putting things in also, obviously. So more than ever, you've got to be on top of that. Just be aware that no longer can somebody just come in here and just do all of their searches by highest first. They've got to change it. So I've watched a lot of people have an increase in sales over the last week or so. That's about when this took place. There was a big update. And of course, they don't tell us any of these things are happening. They just do it. And there it is. So be aware. Really watch those titles. And if you are in doubt of what title that you need to be using, come over to the Appsters. We'll help you. There's a whole bunch of Appsters out there that got this down. So come on over. Join us. We'll help you with that stuff. And speaking of such, let's go jump to one more quick little commercial break. I'm Danny Ackerman of thedannyapp.com. And what I do is inspire, motivate, and empower online sellers to grow a six-figure business. I have been doing the coaching side of my business for 3 years, and I have been an online seller for, oh my goodness, this is my 17th year. We have group coaching programs, we have private coaching programs. I do in-person live events all around the country. I do a large 3-day event here in Las Vegas called More Fun, Bigger Profits. And it's all about helping people build a plan, taking action, and reaching their goals in their online business. You can come find out more about me at thedannyapp.com. That's what I'm talking about. Come over to thedannyapp.com. Come join us. Hey, and here's the thing. I forgot to tell you guys. If we show your item, because it's a little brave. It's not always a perfect listing, right? And we got to critique it a little bit. So I really want to reward you for doing that. I'm going to give you all that submit those items $20 Danny dollars. 20, yeah. This is valuable currency, my friends. Everyone who was at More Fun, Bigger Profits event knows how valuable this currency is. This is not like 20 US dollars. No, my friends. This is worth about 500 US dollars in Danny dollar, exchange rate. I'm just saying. Yeah. All right. So that's going to happen. So keep sending those things in. You guys, this is how we get better. This is how we get your stuff sold. This is how you become a better seller, is really paying attention to how things are changing. And I see it in the chat over there. Isn't that how it always was? No. This is a very new change. And eBay is constantly changing this stuff. Little tweaks here and little tweaks there, because they've got to keep programmers busy. I got Mickey Mouse making comments back here. And, I have a little insight into how all that works with my husband actually being a software developer and now, a manager at a big company. They've got to keep these guys busy. And sometimes it's like, oh, here, why don't you work on tweaking this or tweaking that? And sometimes those tweaks aren't so good, but they got to keep these people working full time. So they mess around with stuff. Maybe they shouldn't be messing around with, but they do. So, but if it's causing your sales to go up, then we can't complain, right? That means you're doing something right. Keep it up. And the more niched you are, the more this is going to work in your favor. It's going to work in your favor. Okay. The good, the bad, and the utterly. What is happening in your e-commerce world? Okay. Who's got their Apple Watch? I do not. I don't wear watch. You know what? It's going to leave a funky tan line. I just can't bring myself to do it. I'd forget to take it off. I'd jump in the pool. It'd be all over with. It's just not for me. But I know these Apple Watches are going nuts. I think they've sold like 1 million of them already? And this is the wave of the future, you guys. Technology is going to keep just going forward. We've got to just deal with it. So this goes back to what I was saying earlier about picture quality. Now, do you think for 1 second somebody who's doing a little shopping on their Apple Watch, you think they're reading the description? No, they are buying that sucker. Number one, off emotion. It is going to be an emotional purchase based on that picture, based on it being something that they want. All right. So if your item happens to be the one that comes up, and it grabs their attention and I mean, they're big watches, but it's still comparatively, that's going to be a little picture. It's got to really grab their attention, and they're shopping that way. And that's going to be the big push. So think about if the demographic that's really into these Apple Watches, which I'm going to tell you is, the millennials and the younger crowd, and probably not so much those kind of, I'm going to be daring and say 50 plus are probably not as excited about the Apple Watch. So if your customer is that younger generations, you've got to really be keeping an eye on this. Because those are the ones that are going to really take off. So you know what? You guys want to see what I've been buying, don't you? I almost forgot. So yes, what did Danny buy? Now, it's not here on my desk like it used to be. I had to come up with another way to show you guys this stuff. So what did I buy? Where are my notes? I don't know. I've lost them. It's all good. I'll find them. No, they're over here. That's okay. Show me the pictures. We'll wing it because I know what I bought. So a lot of this stuff I buy and take straight down to the antique booth because it's not quite worth my time to list it, but it may be worth your time. So I want to give you a heads up on this stuff. These are called Somaware or Somayaki. They're green, crackly, and it's a fake crackle, by the way, guys. They're very much the same. They come in different shapes and sizes. It's a tea set, actually. I pick these up anytime I find them. I found these two at the Goodwill for, I believe they were like $1 a piece. You can see I've got them down at my booth for $12 each, simply because it's not enough of the set for me to put on eBay. Now, I can tell you, you guys do a little search for Somaware, S-O-M-A, or Somayaki, and you're going to see if you can get a whole tea set together, they sell for hundreds of dollars. Hundreds of dollars. So that is something to kind of be on the lookout for. And I do save these pieces up. So if these don't sell and I find more, eventually I'll have enough to make it worthwhile to list these. Okay? This I got at a yard sale for, are you ready for this? $2. $2. It is a very old solid brass, and apologies, you can't see the top of it because I've got to do these landscape pictures for this stuff. But but at the top is one of those like whoop-de-doo double fixtures. And I haven't even tested if this thing works, but I put like $89 on it down at the booth. If it doesn't sell in a fairly short time frame, then I'll start messing with it. I'll put some bulbs in it. I'll see if it works. But $89 will be a steal for somebody down there because it's a mid-century solid brass decorative piece. So there you go. All right. I don't know if you can tell what these are. These are the ugliest rhinestone-covered, encrusted parrots. Why did I buy these? Well, number one, they were $1 a piece, and they had their original price tags, which is kind of covered up under this little yellow thing here. This one, the gold one, was $49. It was a $49 parrot. You can see I priced it at $39. Why not? I've saved somebody some money. The little guy was $29, and I priced him at $19. I'll take that all day long. And you know what? If they don't sell down at the booth, I will put these on eBay, probably in a lot together, and I'll probably put them at like $50 for the pair. Why not? Why not? This is a couple of pieces. The one over here on the left. Now, when I got this, I found it at Goodwill, and it looked to me like Blue Ridge pottery. Blue Ridge pottery can sell really well. Again, it was $1.99. It was worth it. Bring it home. It's not marked. It's odd. It's got eye appeal. It's kind of funky. I've got $39 on it down at the booth. This other piece over here, I was at a yard sale where they had their 95-year-old grandmother lived with them. She had a twin, so the twin passed away. But their garage was filled with their 95-year-old grandmother's stuff, and they didn't even know what anything was. They're just like, we got to get it out of here. So I bought this. It's a pot with a flower frog in the middle, very mid-century looking. I got it for $2. And as you can see, it's priced at $49. This will come home and go on eBay if it doesn't sell fairly quickly down there because it's got lots of great eye appeal. Okay, this was actually something I thought was going to be really, really hot on eBay. And they weren't. So these are Jollibee restaurant. They're glass plates. So they're kind of like that Fire King glass. And there's 6 of them. I paid $12 for the set of 6. And I looked them up. They just don't sell online. They just don't. But I thought, you know what? They're cute enough. They're vintage. They've got eye appeal. Send them down to the booth. I've got them marked at $18 a piece. So I will let you know when those sell. But okay, this guy. I did one of those drive-bys. I know you guys, when you're holding a yard sale, you hate those people, right? Where they don't even get out of the car. They just cruise by, scope things out. That was me. This lady had this bear sitting on a stool. The only thing I saw that was noteworthy, and I went up and I thought, this guy pulled me out of my car. He had enough of a look. And I open the tag and it says sample. So she wanted $5 for him. I took him. He's really, really cute. He's got the little Sherlock Holmes hat on. So he's got lots and lots of eye appeal. And he was never put out for mass market. He was created as a prototype for a toy company. Anytime you guys find prototypes, there's people who collect just those. So I've got a pretty good price on him. I think I have him priced down there at $69. And he can come home and go on eBay if he doesn't sell down there. See, that's kind of my test market down here. I don't have to photo and do all that stuff down there. I can just slap a price tag on it and see if somebody will buy it. It's a beautiful thing. What else do I got? Okay, this. I don't know. This is big. This is a big rattan table / storage. The lid comes off. Tons of space inside. And the lady had this at her yard sale for $7. And I bought a few things at her sale, and I actually felt bad talking her down a couple bucks. But I have this priced at $100 down at the booth. And it will sell. It will sell. And I think last but not least, we have the Kermit, the frog. Kermit is a much-loved character, and he's a big Kermit. And he was $2 at the yard sale, and I had to bring him home. I believe I have like $59 down there. If he comes home, he'll be priced at about $89 on eBay, and he will sell at that price. So we'll have more of these next week. We'll do this every week so you get to see the cool stuff that I'm selling. All right. You know what? Do we have time? We have time. I've got listener mail. We're gonna squeeze it in. We're gonna squeeze it in. I know we can do this. All right. I got asked, Danny, when are you coming back to Southern California to do a day with Danny? All right, Kathy. I actually am coming back to California next week. Yay! So for those who don't know, a day with Danny is where I take a small group out and I go shop with you and we work on what fits in your niche, how to leave the low price stuff on the shelf and find the stuff that you can turn for big profit margins, because it's all about big profit margins. So we spend the day together. We, answer all your questions that are specific to your business. It's that one-on-one personal, get that stuff that's going to make you money help, right? We go antique malls and thrift stores and wherever else we can find to get into trouble. And we spend a day of it. And anybody who wants to get in on that, it will be Southern California next Friday and Saturday. I think that's the 26th and 27th. And you go to daywithdanny.com to get more information on that. All right. Whew, I got it all in. Hey, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I got to remember all these groovy places that this show is. Where did all my notes go? You know what? I'm just lost it all. I'm just so organized today. Hey, whatever. It's live. All right. So if you would like a chance to win a copy of Dennis Snow's autographed Lessons from a Mouse, send me some email. niche2profit@vegasvideonetwork.com. I love hearing your comments, your critiques. Whatever you got to say, need some ideas, need to ask a question, send it my way. Come find us over on iTunes and Roku. Why can't I remember that? And of course, YouTube and LinkedIn and TuneIn and Facebook and Stitcher and everywhere. Come. If you want to find this show, you can find this show. And on iTunes, we are still in the new and noteworthy for the shopping category of podcasts. And I would very much appreciate if you guys would pop over there and leave a review and help us stay up in that good position up there. All right. I think I got it all in. Oh, and my computer just died, so I guess it's a really good thing I got it all in. Oh, look at that. All right, guys. Have a great week and go be profitable and make it fun. We'll see you next time.